Hey, how y'all doing? Fourth quarter lights here on Friday evening. Here we are about 7:30 on Friday. Noon kickoff tomorrow in Columbia, Missouri, where the Georgia Bulldogs take on the Missouri Tigers, the newly ranked Missouri Tigers. So again, this game is in Columbia. Georgia sliding down one spot in the college football playoff poll to number 9. Missouri entering the college football playoff poll at number 25. I'm going to give a short synopsis. This video is not going to be very long, and I'm in a weird spot right now because I'm kind of in a spot where I want the season to be over, but I never want the season to be over, if that makes sense. I'm just looking ahead to 2021, and I'm really trying to focus on the 2021 recruiting class that's going to be signing next week. And what that means for the future of UGA, and also seeing who is leaving the program, who might be coming into the program, any coaching changes, that sort of thing. But before we can get to that point, we have a game tomorrow against Missouri, and despite popular beliefs that many people have, I don't see this game being a blowout. I could completely be wrong. Georgia may come out and win this game 45-10, and holy shit, everything is right in Athens. But I really do not see that happening. Missouri is one of the hottest teams in the SEC, if not the country. I know that their wins aren't coming against great teams, but guess what, guys? They're beating the same teams that we did. So they've won 5 out of their last 6 games. Their only loss coming to Florida. Does this sound familiar? Georgia, also their last loss coming against Florida, has won, 6 out of their last 7. Missouri has won 3 games in a row. So they found a quarterback now with Connor Bazelak. The kid is putting up pretty monstrous passing yards with a great completion percentage. Now, for whatever reason, his touchdowns aren't there. He's only got 5 touchdowns on the season, which is strange because he has 2,000 passing yards. But he only has 2 interceptions as well. So even though he's not throwing touchdowns, he's not turning the ball over either. He just produces. He throws the ball, and it's an accurate ball, and it goes for yards. For whatever reasons, they're not turning into scores. But that doesn't mean Missouri can't score, because they have one of the best running backs in the SEC with Larry Roundtree. And also his backup, Tyler Beatty, isn't too bad himself. So they've got 2 studs at running back. They've got a quarterback. Their defense isn't great. I think it ranks, middle of the pack as far as most categories in the SEC. It's actually ahead of Georgia's pass defense, which isn't hard to do right now because we're ranked like 100th. And I think they might be 2 or 3 spots ahead of us, but nonetheless, they are ahead of us in their pass defense. So I am fully expecting this game to be a dogfight, nail-biting shootout between Missouri. And hopefully I'm wrong. I mean, guys, I want to win 45-10 or, 52-17 or something like that. I just don't see any scenario where that happens. Missouri is too hot. They have a great coach now in Eli Drinkwitz. He has got that team playing really good football right now at the end of the year. And again, this is not the team that I would want to play right at the end of the year when they are hot like this, especially with the game being in Columbia, Missouri. So again, I'm not going to do a whole analysis, synopsis, trying to predict what JT Daniels is going to do, because that is all reliant upon Georgia's rushing game, as we've seen over the last 2 games. If Georgia can't run the ball, JT Daniels is going to put up monster stats. No question about it. He's going to throw for over 300 yards. He's going to throw for touchdowns. And if Georgia doesn't have an issue running the ball, then he's not going to get to throw very often. Nothing has changed since the Kirby era. If you can't stop the run, Kirby is going to continue to run. If you do stop the run, Georgia has to throw. But the only difference is, compared to really the last God, since Aaron Murray years, 2013. We actually have a quarterback that can throw and keep us, even with the same team if we do get in a shootout. Against Alabama and Florida, we didn't have that with Stetson Bennett. We didn't have a quarterback that we could lean upon if we were in a shootout with another team. JT Daniels is not Stetson Bennett. He can get the job done if it gets to that point. I don't think it does. I think that it's going to be a pretty balanced game from UGA. I think they will have success, running the ball, and I think JT Daniels will also have success. And I think that there's going to be a combination of both. JT's probably going to throw for 20 to 25 times, and also the running backs are going to rush for over 200 yards. I don't think they're going to rush for 330 like they did against South Carolina, and I don't think JT Daniels is going to throw for 140 like he did against South Carolina, and I also don't think he's going to throw for 404 touchdowns like he did against Mississippi State. So I look forward to this being a very good game. The weather's not looking great. It's going to be chilly, 41, 42 degrees, some rain, possible snow mixture right around kick time. It's a noon game, which for whatever reason, we always come out flat on noon games. If you remember, the Kentucky game was a noon game. So I don't like noon games for that reason, just because for whatever reason, we always come out flat. Hopefully that's not the case tomorrow. I do think the Georgia Bulldogs win. I do think it is going to be a high-scoring game, and it is going to be somewhat of a shootout, and I do not think that Georgia covers the 13-point spread that is set in Vegas right now. Wouldn't surprise me if they did. 14 points is not that hard to do on Missouri. Tennessee beat them by more than that, but that was a long time ago. So, again, I wouldn't be surprised if we won by more than 13. A 40 to 24 type game wouldn't surprise me a bit. But I have this game right in line with my NCAA 14 prediction. I'm going to throw that up on the screen. Georgia 38, Missouri 28. You guys have fun tomorrow. Stay warm, stay safe. Go Dogs. We'll talk to you soon.